Oh, welcome to the second video. This one's going to be a little more focused just on Caboolture. So once again, we have Brisbane, Caboolture, Sunshine Coast. Now, this M1, a very significant road, and it's obviously the main highway, also known as the Bruce Highway, as it goes further up. It goes along the side of Caboolture, so yes, Caboolture is next to it. So see here, you've got this quite significant ring road, if you want to call it that way. So this Moray Field up. So when you're driving from Brisbane, see Burpengary, all the rubbish going on there. When you get to here, you have that ability to go to Moray Field, which is a very significant development, industrial area. You can see that growth occurring down there. So on this side, yeah, there's an airport. It's just a little fixed wing and gliders and stuff like that. Okay, so really all this area probably not going to be developed. Okay, it's always going to be back to this left hand side. So the river obviously causes a little bit of an area either side that you're not going to develop around, as you can see. So Caboolture is really split between Moray Field and all of this significant development and Caboolture. And so what's occurring at the north side is simply that this is you've got sports facilities, so the what's called QSEC, the equestrian centre, and this is filling in, and it is filling in over time. So it's more of an infill area. So we come back, centre of Caboolture, and the town, the CBD is here, and so it is about the train station. It is about the council block. So all of this area here is the CBD. So you've got a small section of accommodation out on the east as you enter town. You come in, and this is your undercover 3 sort of story shopping centre. This is a very significant development regarding aged care, quite significant. So that's all occurring right now. Council, and council's here. Obviously your library, town square. So this is the centre hub of Caboolture. Sitting down with council, when you talk to people like Councillor Adam Hayne, who's the representative for this area, sit down with the manager of planning, for example, people like David Hood. They have a vision for Caboolture around the centre of town. So you'll see on their website that they've already identified a 800 metre diameter, and it really can't include this because of the water. So that 800 metre sits around here, up past Shell Street, swings around and comes down through here. And so they're seeking development, infill into that area around the train station, and of course they want to fill that in, mixed use developments, jobs, and really solidify Caboolture into the future based around the train station, the CBD, and it's always ably supported by Moray Field down here. However, there is obviously the next stage of Caboolture's development, and that will involve the area up here. Now, Caboolture Private Hospital, significant, and going through, I think, another major expansion coming up. So Caboolture Hospital, there's some ag schools, schooling, and ag schooling is very important. There's some special schools down through here as well that are got good reputations. There's a significant development around aged care in this area through here, some down through here, and some out here. Okay, this area here is also very much aged care with the Lutheran. Okay, so lots of schools through here, lots. Okay, lots of light industry, just in this section here, and this is the large sawmill through here, and so in effect, there's your ring road. There's obviously your hospital. There's the CBD. The NDIS development is to come into an area in here. QUT taking up a spot up here. TAFE. So we're seeing lots of health, education, and aged care. Lots of schools in Caboolture, and we've got a very good CBD with this section here is just beautiful, very lovely, tree lined, really nice environment, and so really in the midst of all this is this potential here with what we're talking about at Shell Street. Industry on the top. This is already zoned industry. Just let me go to satellite now. So we're seeing the showgrounds and QSEC up above. This is the timber. This is the CBD and the train area all through here, right? So you're already seeing the CBD, and here is the Shell Street area that we're talking about. There's a section there for the NDIS, 3, 4, 5-story place with the condos, etc. The hospital to be once again developed even further. You've got a smaller Woolworths and a shopping centre just here, and there's your major Coles and etc. development all here. And there's a lot of mixed businesses that typically support a town like Caboolture all through here. And this is the lovely rail trail that goes all the way out. More of that later on. And this is the area of what I call the Shell Street project, all sitting here. So roughly a potential equivalent size to half of the existing CBD right now. The facilities have spoken through, and from talking to the councillors and the people inside the planning department, they've expressed their vision of what they want to see with this redevelopment, and things like the NDIS, the hospital, trying to work around this train station infrastructure, the CBD. Obviously it makes sense that the evolution of this town over the next 20, 30 years is for this to become jobs, and it's a great location for it. And look at all this housing. You can see Caboolture already satelliting very much on its housing, and obviously out in this area is the state development type of idea where you get the $60,000 houses, 60,000 people coming in onto the western side, and it is just such a natural gateway over to Redcliffe and obviously up here to the Sunshine Coast. So that's much more detail about Caboolture Township itself, and the potential that what we can do with this project here, combining back obviously to see what the vision would be into this area eventually, wrapping around the train station. This is say a 450 metre walk from the train station. That's roughly an 800, okay? So yeah, 4-8, and that's a transport corridor already set aside. So more on that to come. Okay, there you go.